My dear listener, the angels have brought an urgent message filled with profound revelations for you. Angels say there's something significant happening, something you need to hear before the window of opportunity closes. The person who once marked your life so intensely, your ex, has made an unexpected publication that's stirring everyone around you. His words carry much more than an ordinary message. They reflect longing, regret, and an emotional battle he can no longer hide. The angels want you to understand that this post isn't just a casual attempt to attract attention. Behind the words he used lies a veiled message, a need to be understood, to be seen, and perhaps to repair something that was left unfinished. Spiritually, each word written carries the energy of someone deeply confused and searching for answers. Even if he pretended not to care in the past, the truth is now spilling out uncontrollably. To claim today's message, press the like button on this video and write 333. This person, who once chose to walk away or may have hurt you, is facing an internal storm he can no longer disguise. The pride that kept him apart is crumbling, leaving a bewildered listener struggling against his own feelings. The angels reveal that he believed he could move on, that time would erase everything you shared, but he was wrong. Time has only intensified what he feels, and this post is a desperate attempt to reconnect, albeit indirectly. Dear listener, the angels ask you to look at this situation with compassion and wisdom. They know that, however painful the estrangement may have been, every step of this journey had a greater purpose: your growth. You had to find yourself, rediscover your inner strength, and learn that self-love is the foundation of any true relationship. Now, the universe wants you to know that all that pain and those moments of uncertainty were fundamental to your evolution. His publication may seem unexpected, but it's a reflection of a spiritual transformation taking place within him. The angels reveal that he is being forced to confront his regrets. The silent nights, the moments when he felt lost, and his inability to move on are clear signs that the spiritual presence you shared has left deep marks on him. Now he's realizing that you are one of those rare connections that cannot be replaced or forgotten. Even if he doesn't admit it publicly, the energy behind his words shows that he still feels a genuine love for you, a love buried under layers of pride, fear, and indecision, but never completely disappeared. The angels whisper that he is beginning to realize how much you meant to him and how your absence has impacted his life. He may have tried to move on, but each attempt failed because his heart always finds its way back to you. This publication is a turning point. It's as if the universe is offering you a glimpse into what's going on in his heart before he has the courage to express it directly. He may delete it soon, but what matters is that, for a brief moment, he allowed the truth to come out, and that truth is powerful. It confirms the impact you had on his life, even when he tried to hide it. The angels want you to be ready for what's to come. This publication is just the beginning of a series of revelations about to unfold. He is in a process of awakening, being guided by spiritual forces to recognize and repair the mistakes of the past. And you, for your part, are being called to keep your heart open and your listener steadfast. Remember, this situation is not just about him, it's about you too, about how you choose to deal with the emotions this publication arouses. The angels are asking you not to get lost in old hurts, but to see this situation as an opportunity for healing for both of you. This could be a chance to end cycles, release old resentments, and open up to new possibilities, whether with him or with someone else. The important thing is that you know what lies ahead is part of a bigger plan, and that you are exactly where you are supposed to be. As surprising as this post may seem, the angels want you to know that you don't have to make any immediate decisions. Take a deep breath and trust the process. The universe is orchestrating every detail, and everything will happen at the right time. Your ex's publication is not just a sign of regret, but a reflection of a profound transformation taking place within him. The angels want you to understand that often silence and distance do not mean oblivion. On the contrary, this person has tried to hide what they feel, but now it's all coming out uncontrollably. Every word he has chosen to share is like a mirror reflecting the internal battles he's been fighting, battles in which you have perhaps, without realizing it, been a key part. Please share this message with 10 family and friends members. Like this video and leave a positive comment. He is going through a phase of introspection. Imagine him sitting there, looking at memories like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle he has finally decided to put together. Every moment you shared, every unspoken word, and every poorly made decision now echoes in his mind like memories that refuse to be ignored. He's realizing that trying to move on without resolving what was left unresolved with you was like building a house on a fragile foundation. Sooner or later, everything began to fall apart. The truth is, dear listener, he underestimated the impact of your presence in his life. For a long time, he believed he could move on, that you would be just another memory among many. But what he didn't expect was that your absence would create a void impossible to fill. The angels reveal that, in the midst of this internal battle, he has finally understood something essential. The love he feels for you has never disappeared. It has just been silenced by pride and fear. He believed that time would be enough to erase the memories and relieve the emotions. However, spirituality shows that every day away from you has only served to intensify his feelings. Every little gesture of yours, every word spoken in the past, continues to reverberate in his heart. This publication is a clear sign that he can no longer carry this weight alone. He needs to express his feelings, even if indirectly, and the angels are guiding him every step of the way. The angels want you to understand that his journey has not been easy. Pride often creates barriers that seem insurmountable, and he has spent a long time hiding behind those walls. You may have wondered why it took him so long to show repentance. The answer is that he had to push himself to the limit, facing his own fears and insecurities, to realize there's no avoiding the truth. And that truth is simple. He still loves you. The publication he made is more than words. It's a veiled confession, a desperate attempt to reconnect, even if he doesn't yet have the courage to do so directly. Every sentence written there carries a hidden message, waiting to be understood by you. He knows he may be running out of time, fearing that you've already moved on. And it's this fear that is driving him to act now. The angels reveal that he is at a turning point. The publication is just the beginning of a process of healing and reconciliation, but he needs something more: courage. The courage to open his heart and strip off the masks that have kept him apart for so long. And most importantly, he needs to believe that there can be a new chance between you. However, this journey is not just his. You are also a fundamental part of this process. The angels ask you to look inside yourself and ask, am I ready to forgive? Am I willing to open my heart again, either to him or to a new love that the universe may bring? The answer doesn't have to be immediate. You have the right to move on in your own time. But the angels want you to know that this is a unique opportunity for healing, not just for him, but also for you. Spirituality teaches us that every experience, no matter how painful, brings valuable learning. Your relationship was no exception. Every moment shared, every tear shed, and every smile exchanged was part of a greater lesson. And now, the universe is offering you the chance to close this cycle with wisdom and love. Whatever decision you make, the angels will be by your side. They want you to know that you are worthy of love, respect, and happiness. You don't have to accept less than you deserve. If this person really wants to come back into your life, they will have to show that they have learned from their mistakes and are willing to build something solid and true. Dear listener, this publication is a sign that the universe is moving in your favor. The energies are aligning to bring clarity and renewal to your love life. Whether it's with him or with someone new, the important thing is that you continue to follow your path with confidence and faith. True love always finds a way to manifest itself, and you are closer than you think to living the story you deserve. If you feel compelled, consider supporting this channel through a super thanks of $20 or $30 to continue receiving these divine messages. And don't forget to subscribe for more angelic insights and guidance. As you reflect on this message, remember that there is no rush. Every step taken with awareness is a step toward your greater purpose. Whatever the future brings, the angels will be by your side, illuminating every path and protecting your heart. The angels reveal that this publication is just the tip of the iceberg of a greater transformation. What your ex has expressed, even indirectly, reflects what he has felt for a long time, but never had the courage to admit even to himself. The decisions he made in the past were marked by fear of being vulnerable, and fear of recognizing that you had a profound impact on his life. Spirituality is working to remove the internal barriers he has created. Every word he shared in this post represents a silent cry for understanding. The pride that once prevented him from taking steps in your direction is now dissolving. he realizes that keeping up this facade only drove away the one person who really mattered. The angels are telling you he wants to come back, but is still learning to muster the necessary courage. While he's lost in thoughts of you, there's an internal war going on. With every memory he relives, he is confronted with regret. Perhaps at one time, he believed that moving on would be easier than dealing with the weight of the feelings he had cultivated. But now, that conviction has vanished like mist. Spirituality reveals that he sees you in every detail of his daily life, a song he plays, a phrase he hears at random, or even in the people around him. The angels want you to know that this spiritual awakening is a painful but necessary process. He is being challenged to face everything he has tried to avoid, and now he realizes that the real mistake wasn't the end of the relationship itself, but the way he handled the opportunities he had. Dear listener, the angels are asking you to see this situation with clarity and self-love. This person's return, if it happens, needs to be aligned with the new version of yourself. It's not about going back to the way things were before, but about building something more mature and meaningful. Spirituality wants you to recognize your own growth and ask yourself, am I willing to let him into my life again? And if so, is he prepared to meet me where I am today? The angels understand that opening your heart again can seem risky. The wounds of the past may still be present, and the fear of reliving old pain can be an obstacle. However, they whisper that forgiveness is a powerful healing tool, not necessarily to justify what happened, but to free yourself from the weight of hurts. Forgiveness is an act of self-love, an act that allows you to move forward without carrying unnecessary burdens. At this time, the angels ask you to focus on everything you have learned since the separation. You have grown, strengthened, and blossomed in ways you perhaps never imagined possible. The lessons you've lived have shaped a more conscious and secure version of who you are. And it is precisely this new version that is radiating such a powerful light that it attracts this person's regret and admiration. The angels also want you to know that there is a possibility of reconciliation, but this reconciliation needs to come from the right place, from mutual understanding, respect, and a sincere desire to build something new. Nothing less will be enough to honor your growth and the value you have discovered in yourself. As much as his publication may have shocked many people around you, what really matters is how you feel. The universe is putting this situation in your life again because it believes you are ready to deal with it. Whether you choose to move on with him or decide to continue on your way alone, the angels are guiding you to a destiny of love and fulfillment. Dear listener, you are no longer in the same place you were when it all began, and that's a blessing. Sometimes, relationships need to be interrupted so that both sides can grow and mature. And now, with this publication, the universe is offering you the chance to see things from a new perspective. If this person really wants a new chance, he will have to prove with actions, not just words, that he is ready to walk alongside you fully. The publication's words were a first step, but it's only the beginning of a journey that will require effort and commitment. And you have the right to expect nothing less. The angels want you to remember that true love is not a prison, but a liberation. You deserve a love that uplifts, that brings peace and joy. And if that love comes from Him, let it be built on a solid and renewed foundation. But if the universe decides that another path is better for you, trust that it will open doors you can't even imagine. Finally, dear listener, the angels are by your side every step of the way. You don't have to make any decisions now. Trust your intuition and allow yourself to feel every emotion that arises. This is the time to honor everything you have lived through, to recognize your value, and to walk with the certainty that you are being guided by greater forces. This unexpected publication is not just about words that appeared on a screen by chance. It bears the mark of a listener in crisis, someone trying to reconcile the past with the present. The angels reveal that this person has faced difficult days, restless nights, and growing anxiety since you left his life. It's as if every decision, every attempt to move forward has lost its meaning without you. And now he's starting to see the truth he tried to ignore for so long. You're irreplaceable. Behind this publication, there is a clear sense of urgency. He knows he's running out of time. Although he has kept silent for a long time, he now feels that every minute counts, and that if he doesn't act, he could lose you forever. This pressure is fueling his need to express something, even if not in a clear and direct way. He may not have the courage to write down exactly what he feels, but the energy behind this message is unmistakable. He wants to reconnect. The angels want you to realize that his journey is part of a deep spiritual process. What he's facing is not just regret, but a transformation that touches every aspect of his being. He is being forced to abandon old patterns of behavior that have alienated him from you. This process is painful but necessary. He is learning that he can no longer run away from his emotions, and that true love requires surrender, courage, and sincerity. Dear listener, you are at the center of something much bigger than a simple reunion. This situation is an opportunity for both of you to heal and evolve. The angels show that while he struggles to find a way back, you are also being called to look inward. There is something that needs to be left behind, perhaps an old hurt, an unrequited expectation, or even a sense of rejection that still weighs on your heart. Spirituality reveals that this is the time to let go of what no longer serves you. It's time to release those emotions that have held you back for so long. This doesn't mean forgetting or minimizing what happened, but rather turning pain into wisdom. Every experience you've had with him has a greater purpose: to strengthen your listener and teach you about your own worth. While he tries to find a way to get closer, the angels ask you to focus on your growth. You are no longer the same person you were in the past. The lessons you've learned have shaped a new version of yourself, stronger, more aware, and more connected to your spiritual purpose. Now it's time to decide whether this new version of you wants to make room for him again. The angels whisper that the choice is entirely yours. Free will is a powerful blessing, and you have total control over the direction you want to take your life. If you choose to open your heart to this person, do so with clarity and wisdom. But if you decide to move on, know that you will never be alone. The universe has great plans for you, and your every step is guided by higher forces that want your good. This publication, which has attracted so much attention, is just one piece of the puzzle. The real challenge lies in what he will do next. Words are important, but actions truly reveal someone's intent. He needs to show with concrete gestures that he's willing to walk alongside you with integrity and commitment. And you, in turn, need to recognize whether his actions align with what you deserve. The angels ask you to listen to your intuition. It is the compass that will guide you through this decisive moment. If something doesn't feel right, trust that feeling. If, on the other hand, you feel it's safe to give it another chance, do so without fear. The most important thing is that you honor your feelings and never accept less than the love and respect you deserve. Dear listener, you are in a moment of transition. This publication may be the start of a new phase, but the power to decide what comes next is in your hands. The angels are by your side, ready to guide you, no matter which path you choose. Trust that everything is happening exactly as it should, and that you are in the right place to receive the blessings to come. Don't be afraid to leave the past behind if necessary. Sometimes, for something new to flourish, you have to let go of what no longer makes sense. And if he really wants to be part of your life again, he'll need to show that he's willing to walk with you through this new phase as equals, with sincerity and commitment. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your close friends. Stay tuned and continue to believe in the power of love. If you believe in God's plan for you, your support means everything as we journey together towards love. To show your support, consider giving a super thanks of up to $30 if you believe this message will come true. The angels want you to know that true love is never a prison, but a liberation. It should make you feel light, safe, and fulfilled. And if this person is willing to build this with you, it can be an incredible opportunity to start again. But if, for whatever reason, he's not ready for that kind of surrender, don't be afraid to go your own way. The universe will always bring you what's best for you. Finally, dear listener, the angels are by your side every step of the way. You don't have to make any decisions now. Trust your intuition and allow yourself to feel every emotion that arises. This is the time to honor everything you've lived through, recognize your value, and walk with the certainty that you're being guided by greater forces. You are exactly where you should be, and this situation is an opportunity to reaffirm your strength and wisdom. Follow your heart, trust the process, and know that the universe is aligning everything for your greater good. If you love this message, truth me, you will love this one on screen too. Click on it to watch.